Hello, friends. Welcome to English Compass, your go-to channel for fun stories that make learning English super easy. Today, we're diving into an epic tale, Tim Cook and the journey to build Apple's empire. The story of a man named Tim Cook. He's a guy from Alabama. He has a rather pleasant appearance and sharp eyes. But instead of holding a gun or driving a race car, he holds a production plan and a cup of Starbucks coffee. How did this man, a normal worker, become the leader of Apple, a giant tech company worth trillions of dollars? Let's explore Tim's dramatic, surprising, and totally awesome journey with English Compass as we uncover all the secrets. Opening, from Alabama to Silicon Valley. In 1998, Tim Cook worked at Compaq. Compaq was a computer company. It was not very famous and not well known. But then, like a movie twist, Steve Jobs, the king of Apple, called Tim. Hey, do you want to work for a company that's almost dead? Yes, Steve Jobs asked Tim to join Apple. At that time, Apple had big problems and was close to going bankrupt. Tim had gray hair early and a calm mind, like a monk. He looked at Apple, full of debt and colorful iMacs, and thought, why not? So Tim left Compaq to join Apple. He saw a chance in hard times. He jumps aboard this sinking ship, leaving his safe job at Compaq behind. Would you dare quit a stable job to take a risky bet like Tim did? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Part 1. Who is Tim Cook? His full name is Timothy Donald Cook. He was born on November 1st, 1960, in Mobile, Alabama. His father worked at a shipyard. His mother worked at a pharmacy. Tim finished high school in Robertsdale, Alabama. He got a degree in industrial engineering from Auburn University in 1982. He got an MBA from Duke University in 1988. Part 2. Tim Cook's career. The Supply Chain Wizard, 1998 to 2011. Tim joined Apple in March 1998. He became the Senior Vice President of Global Operations. Later, he became Executive Vice President of Sales and Operations. Very soon, Tim became the Logistics Wizard. You see, while Steve Jobs dreamed of products that would change the world, Tim made those dreams real. He improved Apple's supply chain, turning factories in Asia into super-fast machines. iPods, iPhones, iPads, all made faster and cheaper and delivered on time like magic. But Tim wasn't just good at numbers. He had a superpower, saying no to waste. One time, to save money, he told suppliers to ship parts by sea, containers instead of expensive airplanes. The result? Apple saved millions of dollars. People started calling Tim the cute cheapskate. If you were Tim, how would you turn a messy company into a money-making machine? Drop your ideas in the comments. In one meeting, he held an iPod Nano and told the team, I want 10 million of these before Christmas, and don't make me fly to China to check it. Guess what? The factories worked day and night. The iPod became a symbol of the 2000s. Part 3. The Conflict. Stepping into Steve Jobs' shoes, 2011. In 2011, the world was shocked. Steve Jobs stepped down because of health problems. He gave the CEO seat to Tim Cook. What kind of pressure was that? It was like flying a spaceship without a manual. Shareholders were unsure. Apple fans were nervous. Who is Tim? Can he be as creative as Steve? That's the big question in this story. The world's doubt. Tim stayed calm and accepted the challenge. He didn't try to be another Steve Jobs. He used his own style. Focus on performance, grow bigger, and bring Apple to new markets. But drama didn't stop. People said the iPhone 4S was boring, and Apple Maps got people lost in the desert. What would you do if the whole world compared you to a legend like Steve Jobs? Tim quickly fixed the Apple Maps problems and made it a reliable product. Part 4. Apple's Empire under Tim Cook. Tim Cook not only kept Apple strong, but also took it higher. Under him, Apple became the first company worth $1 trillion. The iPhone became a culture icon. AirPods became must-have items. Apple Watch made people think, wow, watches can be smart too. But Tim's real difference is his long-term vision. He pushed for clean energy and promised Apple will be carbon neutral. He also stood up to big rivals, from Samsung to the US government, to protect user privacy. What's more important, creating cool products or building a company that cares about the world? Share your thoughts below. In a talk, someone asked Tim, "How do you beat Steve Jobs?" Tim smiled and said, "I don't beat Steve. I just make sure iPhones are not sold out on Black Friday." Everyone laughed. Part 5. Tim Cook's Legacy. Today, Tim Cook still leads Apple, with gray hair and a calm style. He changed Apple from a tech company into a global icon, from iPhones to services like Apple Music and iCloud. He didn't just follow Steve Jobs' path, he built a new Apple, strong, green, and always changing. If you were Tim Cook, where would you take Apple next? A foldable iPhone? A time machine? Or maybe free coffee for all staff? Let us know in the comments. Thanks to his hard work, Tim Cook built a great tech empire. Apple products work together perfectly and protect your privacy. That's why Time magazine named him one of the 100 most influential people in the world in April 2012. Amazing, right? Success comes from never giving up, always changing, and always learning. The wheel of life never stops turning. If you don't adapt, you'll be left behind. We want to encourage everyone watching this video to keep striving. Only through relentless self-improvement can you truly become a giant. Learning isn't the only path, but it's the fastest one. Master your skills until you're so good that people know who you are without an introduction. That's all for today's video. Like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any of our videos.